Hello, everyone, and God bless you. I felt led to share this message. Actually, I was supposed perhaps to share it 2 or 3 days ago. It's okay. So I sit on it and it got a little bit expanded, actually. I was reminded of Leviticus 6:18, where it says, the commandment was for the priests of Israel that the fire on the altar should keep burning. So it says that the sacrifice should always stay burning and the fire on the altar should never go out. So why is that? And by the way, what is this cryptic saying when God says that, when you burn the sacrifices, the offerings on the altar, it becomes an aroma pleasing to the Lord? I kind of understand that I'm pleased with the aroma of meat burning, because you like steak, you like to eat meat, but what's up with God liking that aroma also? You see, it's not the aroma itself, perhaps, but it is the sacrifice. It is the scent or aroma of the sacrifice that is being presented on the altar, which is you are the sacrifice. Remember in Romans 12:1, Paul said, offer your bodies, I beseech you, dear brethren, to offer your bodies as living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to the Lord, for this is your spiritual worship. Meaning that as we offer our bodies as living sacrifice, as we do things in the flesh that please God, this is our spiritual worship. Very serious. It matters whatever you do within your body and with your body. So what's up with the fire and the scent of smoke? As the Levitical priests burned the offering on the altar. You see, we are to die to our flesh, right? In order to live in the spirit. However, when the flesh dies, if it's not burned, then it starts decaying. And it might end up poisoning you if it's not dealt with. So it's not enough for the flesh to die, for us to die for our own desires, for what we want. These desires should be left on the altar to burn with fire, because once the fire burns them, this is when the cleansing comes, and this is when the aroma is pleasing to God, because you have died to yourself. You have offered something that you love because you love God more. So you presented yourself as a living sacrifice, giving up the very thing that you are so enamored with, like whether the sin or even your own personal plans and desires. You gave them up for God, and guess what? God will reward you and He will repay you for whatever you give up for Him. It will come back multiplied and in His ways, meaning that, like the verse, the blessings of God makes rich and adds no sorrow, meaning that when God blesses you, unlike the so-called blessings of the world or the riches of the world, where you have sorrow, you have heartbreak, you have addictions, people falling into different kinds of temptations. But God, when He blesses you, He adds to you riches without getting sorrowful, without heartbreaks, without the pain. Because He actually trusts you. He trusts you that you won't adulterate these gifts. You won't use them in the wrong direction, but you will put them in use for the kingdom, meaning that you're gonna bless other people that needs it most. You see, when we get blessed financially, we are to also bless others. It's not for you. Actually, when you keep giving away, you will keep increasing. It's like an inflow. Just like the river never dries up. As long as it's giving away its water, it keeps increasing. In a specific season, I'm saying, concerning the river. But imagine it like that. As you keep giving, it will keep increasing. Unlike, by the way, the swamp. The swamp, because it's not giving away water, it becomes corrupt. And it starts growing different types of insects. So that's the secret. You give up yourself to God and you offer yourself, your bodies, as living sacrifice. And it applies to everyone, even for me. I know that at times it's a hard process, it's challenging, but this is the key to life. Because when you give up your own self for the kingdom, see what God will do with you. It's mystifying, that verse where it says, the grain of wheat, unless it falls down to the ground and dies, it remains by itself. But when it dies, it multiplies and gives tens and hundreds and thousand crops. Correct? Actually, the first time it gives 100, but then these grains of the crop of the head, when they fall back to the ground, also they will multiply and they will keep multiplying. After a few years, you would have multiple acres on the ground that are full of wheat. This is the secret. You give up your right for someone else. You give up your right to be offended. You lay yourself down on the altar. Let God process you. Let God do with you his own plans and see how the blessings will follow you instead of you having to go after them. Just like in Psalm 23, mercy and grace and favor shall follow me all the days of my life. One final thing in Corinthians 9, chapter 9, verse 27. Look and listen what Paul said. Just like a boxer, I discipline my body daily, okay? Lest after preaching to many, I myself become disqualified. Actually, in another translation, it says, like a boxer, I beat my body black and blue. Lest after preaching to many, I myself turn out to be a counterfeit, a fraud, an imposter. This is how strong the language in Greek is. You see, because when you go deeper into the translation, which is like the Amplified Version is more accurate than other translations, it says more than what you see in English most of the times, like in the KJV Bible. So it's more than, I myself be disqualified from the race. No, disqualified. Also, another translation, it says, become a junk heap, meaning that I would be not only knocked out of the race, but also become a refuse, thrown out from the kingdom, and fall away from faith, not being accepted anymore by God in the kingdom. And this is Paul. Can you imagine that? This is the same Paul who wrote most of the New Testament. So, God bless you, everyone. And whatever you've been holding on to, trust God with it. Give it up to God. Let him take care of it and handle it. Even if it's a relationship. You know what? If you love someone so much and you're desperate, okay? And perhaps they're not reciprocating, perhaps you don't understand whether they will come back to you or not, give it up to God and stop thinking about it. Break any soul tie with them. You know what? If they were meant to be with you, they will come back. Jesus will bring them back. Okay? I won't go for longer. Jesus loves you and I care for you truly. Okay? God bless you. Bye-bye.